So the patch notes for the upcoming update on 11th of October is live now. Before we start, there are some changes coming to the classes as well. I talked about this not now but few weeks ago when I somewhat told you guys that early October we will be seeing some changes to survivability of Blood Knight and Necromancer. And I remember back then there were some players out there were saying it's all rumor and I am just talking out of my ass. So let's dive into the patch notes here. This is gonna be good for the people who were saying that I was just spreading rumors, because even then I knew that something was coming since I am in the partner program. But anyhow, let's dive into this patch notes. Let's see what we getting here. So first off, we are getting somewhat Halloween event. I always love these themes event, and we are getting Survive Sinister Horns in the Hallows Wake event here. This is going to be somewhat like the last year what we got. We have some codex here, but I will go through the patch notes as quick as possible, giving you guys the information. So if we go down, first thing that we can get from this event is going to be new animated emoji and random legendary items. Now the animated emoji will work for a few days, and after that it will become a regular emoji. It won't be animated anymore. And then we can also get the frightening rod cosmetic for our fishing rod. So that is another thing that we will able to get playing this event. And then there are 3 cosmetic that we can get. If we get 30 hallowed stone, we will able to get one of the costume and the legendary chest. We will only get one of the 3 legendary cosmetic, and this is how it looks. And they will only be active for 14 days. After that we won't able to use them anymore, but they will stay in our inventory. So in future, if they bring the event back, we will just straight out able to activate them again and look like this. So that is the event rewards right there. And next we are seeing a new cosmetic, Hallowed Horns cosmetic set, coming for this Halloween season, and we can get this 4000 eternal orb. This is standard edition. And then we can also purchase a collector bundle here, which will give us the cosmetic and the portal. So it will give us the cosmetic and the portals. And if you go and purchase a deluxe edition, the cosmetic will somewhat change. That is what I understand. The cosmetic will somewhat change. It will have special effects. We can see it has some proper special effects, and it will include some other items as well. But that deluxe edition will be 4500 eternal orb, and it will be cross class cosmetic. You will also get the cross class portal, and then there will be exclusive, it seems like, cosmetic and portal, and 3 additional gift. That is going to be animated emoji, banner, and Hell Knight cosmetic. But these items will be somewhat time limited, I believe. So that is going to last 60 days. For 60 days these items will work, and after that the Hell Knight cosmetic we won't able to use after 60 days, but it will stay in our inventory. If they bring the event back, we will able to use it. For the banner and the emoji, they will just turn into regular one, I believe so. And some returning events we can take a look here. Trial of the Hordes are coming back. All Clean on Deck is coming back. Hungering Moon is coming back. Wild Blow is coming back. And then they are also launching the Diablo 4 on the 18th of October on Steam platform, and so they are bringing back the exclusive cosmetic. If you purchase Diablo 4, you will able to claim this inside of Diablo Immortal on one of your classes. And if we go and check out the feature update here, some class changes are coming. Like I said a few days ago, there will be some class balances for the survivability of Necro and the Blood Knight, and there will be some changes for the classes as well. And it turns out that the wizard will be getting some changes. In fact, there was no change written here in the patch notes, so I went on and talked about this to a developer, and they said they don't know what happened during the patch notes. They gave me this information first and end up editing this patch notes here. Anyhow, so the first change is going to be we have adjusted multiple classes to bring increased balance to the PvP activities and follow more class builds to flourish in a fight. With the newly added additional 30% damage reduction, the Blood Knight, Necromancer, and Wizard has been outperforming in terms of survivability. Blood Knight, the shoulder that was giving you the invincibility or invulnerability, untargetable, whatever you want to call it, against other players. The duration of that is going to be decreased from 2 seconds to 1.6 seconds now. That is somewhat going to reduce the survivability of the Blood Knight, but we will see if that changes any builds for the Blood Knight. It should change some builds for the Blood Knight, and some players will end up switching Blood Knight to different classes. Finally, I can see that happening after this update. Another change to Necromancer borrowed time. They have increased the cooldown of the borrowed time from 30 seconds to 35 seconds. This is going to affect the low resonance and the mid resonance players a lot, and it will somewhat hit the high resonance players as well. I think this was needed. And then we are also seeing some nerfs for the wizard. Quite few nerfs here, but somewhat I am fine with that, because with the chest we were able to increase our damage reduction by 20%. There was a chest which was giving you 20% damage reduction when you were using the ice armor, and now they have reduced that 20% damage reduction to 15%, so a nerf of 5%. I'm still somewhat say that was needed. It won't affect the wizard builds or that much. And next, they are changing the Elder Crystal offhand alchemy now also freeze shield enemies for 2.4 seconds. Cannot occur more often than every 3 seconds. Cannot occur 2 plays every 5 seconds. This remain at 3 seconds for monsters. So it seems like we will only able to freeze the plays every 5 seconds instead of 3 seconds. That is somewhat going to hit the freeze builds for the wizard out there, and so Sprinkler is going to be the way of playing the wizard in PvP. And replay dungeon option, I will go through this quick. If you have a team of 4 players and not random dungeon, and you end the dungeon, you can just click on replay instead of just quitting or exiting the dungeon, and it will put you at the start of the dungeon, and you can just keep doing that. And this feature is not going to affect the random dungeon, and honestly I will still prefer doing the random dungeon, because I can just take breaks in between, do one dungeon, take break, to and then go and do another dungeon and take a break whenever I feel like it. They are also changing the combat rating. The more attributes you have on the item, the more combat rating it will give. So triple items are going to somewhat become good again, and yeah, they will give you more combat rating. Some changes they are making to the Shadow War here, some changes to the Challenge Rift. In Challenge Rift you can now group up as many enemies you want to. They won't go back to their old position, because right now if you try and stack them up, they just go back to their position if they are too far away from it. And now after that, I think Wizard is going to do really good with the freeze builds. And they are also making some changes to the Paragon. This was actually something that I suggested to the developers. Someone came to my Discord server and they told me that I should forward a feedback and talked about this to developers, where it allows us to instantly fill the node, Paragon node that we want to. So it's a good change overall. Resetting and testing out different things with the Paragon is going to be much better now. And that is all. Those are the important bits that we getting in the next patch. Not all that big, but I do believe after a patch after this is going to be somewhat good, big, and it will introduce us with few new legendary items as well. It is about time with the next patch. I do believe we will be seeing some new legendary items. Anyhow, I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. Take care. See you all in the next one. Later.